Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Well, welcome to yet another amazing time on YouTube at your popular YouTube channel, the UK Coupon Key, for your Week 45 presentation in the ongoing 2022-2023 UK football season, which is a brand coupon week for which we are bringing you our paper preview video. And this is the Tuesday, the 9th of May 2023. That's when we're presenting you this particular first video of the week. In case you are new to this channel, there's a channel where we can give you the draw that you can stake for the weekend, or the cannot draw as it were, taken from our 149 matches of the coupon fixture for each and every week that we do our presentation. We usually bring you 3 videos, but for last week we were able to bring you just 2 videos. And those 2 videos, they were nothing to write home about, so we're not going to be previewing much on last week because we really did not fare well at all. The draws were not that few. We had 12 draws on coupon, but very elusive draws that came out during the weekend. And I usually say it that when they play the matches for 3 days running like that, I'm not comfortable with it. I don't like it. It becomes too long and maybe we become too drowsy in it. And I think something like that played out again last week, where we did not fare well. And due to some circumstances beyond our immediate control, we were unable to bring the 3rd video for last weekend. Hopefully this week we'll be able to bring you the 3-part video series. We'll be starting off with the paper preview video, like I've already said, and that's the first video we're making now. We'll be flipping you through the pages of the 3 major journals which you use on this channel. Like you have in front of you, the Post Telegraph. Coming up is the Right On Football Fixture and the Special Advance Fixture segment. And also, while we check through the areas of the papers for which we have sequence, we have games that we're bringing your way during the course of this video recording. We have one banker draw which is number 30 and another banker draw which is number 25, both of which are coming from our Right On Football Fixture for this presentation. So we'll be showing us all of those sequence, what brings them our way, the digits, and how we can actually rely on them and utilize them to make good money at the end of the week. Now, if we want to go through the pages of the papers, we'll be starting off with the Post Telegraph, and I'll be designating areas where we expect to really work on for this particular week. Those are areas we'll be touching on. Like we have right here in front of us, the 4 draws column. We can actually see that game 1 is being repeated to game 4. That is a very strong sequence which we will be looking into, because also game 2 was being repeated to game 5. So Bochum and Eintracht Frankfurt, those are the games there, and that is number 30 and number 31. So that repetition means a lot to us. I will be working on this, so that's why we're pinpointing on those areas. And on the upper right hand side, we have the Dreamland column. We have 30, 31, then we have 36 and 37. And this number 36 and 37, we also can see that they will be repeated to the traditional X column, where we have 19, 37 and 36. So that number 37 and 36, which is in our commentary game 6 pair, was being repeated to the box 2 and box 3 of our traditional X. And those who have been following our channel know that we usually use the traditional X column to project our draws, and it's been doing well for us. Hence, this repetition takes place. So we're going to be tracing that as well during the course of our subsequent video. Also, note of foot is the position of our top tips column. We have the first position, which is number 30, being repeated to the purple column there, which is also number 30. So that's a repetition also on this top tips column position. So those are areas we're going to be working on. That's why we're highlighting them during the course of this video recording. Now let's see page 2 and other pages in this journal. On the page 2, we have such columns as the natural A column. We have 39 and number 5. While sequence B is 25 and 26. And the powerhouse of this page 2, which is the powerhouse of the Telegraph in general, we have the commentary games column. We have Bochum versus Aalborg, and that is number 30. Why? That's on commentary game 1. Why commentary game 4 is Aston Villa versus Tottenham. That's number 2 in the fixture. Why commentary game 5 we have Union Berlin versus Freiburg, and that is number 34. Why our commentary game 2 is Eintracht Frankfurt versus Mainz, and that's number 31. The commentary game 6 is, we have a pair there where we have the first game as Brest versus Auxerre. That's from our French Ligue 1. And we have Clermont versus Lyon. So those are the commentary game 6 games, and that's 36 and 37. While our commentary game 3 is Elche versus Atletico Madrid, and that is number 15. While our commentary game 3 pair is 30 and 31, and that also forms our commentary game 1 and 2. So the repetition goes on and on and on, and we can as well see from our 8 games for 4 draws column is game 1 being repeated to game 7, and that's bottom number 30, and that's also game 2, which is Eintracht Frankfurt, and that's number 31 being repeated to game 8. So that repetition continues on, and it's been transferred as 30, 31 to the pairs of the week column. So the transfer continues. Let's see the back page if it's also there for us. The transfer continues to the back page as far as the X-ray of bad divisions column, where we have number 30 be repeated to this other position as number 30 as well. So that's the much we can actually take from this journal. But we can see that 30-31 is a pair that's really moved on and on around this particular journal. Now we'll be moving on to our Right On Football Fixture to see how that journal is faring for us for this particular week. That takes us straight to our first sequence of the day, and that's telling us that number 25 is supposed to be our one banker draw for this week 45 2023. And what we're looking at right now is week 29 2022. And how does this sequence set? It sets whenever you check on an odd week. The 5 fortune games, game 1 and 2, the first alphabet will be of the same family series. Like we have Sunderland in game 1 and Scunthorpe in game 2. So they are both consistent with alphabet S, and that gives you the setting. Then if it's an odd week, you pick the game 1 of your group B, where you have number 39 for this week as your one banker draw. As you can as well see for week 35 2022. This week we have Crew and Charlton in our game 1 and 2, and that's the C alphabet, and our group B, which is number 36, was a draw for that week. The next time again was week 13 2022. For this very week we have Bournemouth in game 1, while Blackpool was in game 2. Therefore our first game in our group B was number 4, and it was marked as a draw. So that's to tell you how far the sequence have come. And even before this reference which I gave is becoming and obliging us a draw, but it's going to continue. That's why I'm bringing it our way. So take note of that. So for this week 45 2023, we have Bayern Munich in game 1 and Bologna in game 2. So they are both letter B, and our number 25 is resided on our game 1 of our group B. Therefore, we're tipping it as our draw for this particular week. And like I said before, the sequence is good. We've used it. It has a follow-up to it, and we expect it to actually produce draw this week. Now, we'll be taking you through our Right On Football Fixture. Our yellow patch right here is Group A, Group B, Group C. And we have trials embedded in all 3 yellow patch. While below that, we have the 3 best draws, where we have 17, 27, and number 44. And the middle game, which is 27, is being repeated to the fortune box, as you can see right there. And that's the way we're going to be forecasting, because that repetition is very potent. So we're going to be checking that out during our subsequent presentation as well. Below the fortune box is our super pair of 29 and 30, and below that is our compiler S verdict column with our game 1 to game 10 right there, while below that is the compiler final 4 column, and that's the last but not the least column on this journal. And as you can see for my particular paper right here, the last game here, I can barely see it, but it looks like 21 to me, but it's not clear. The print on this particular column is very faint, and I think those who are in charge, they should improve on all of these to give us a better view next time. And the date of the day the matches are going to be played are 13th and 14th of May 2023. Now we'll be looking at the back page of our Right On Football Fixture for this particular week. At the back page is the overseas pools compilers draw statistics column, and below that column we have alphabet A to P with trio embedded in each of them. And on the right hand side we have the key column where we have number 46, and below that the expert gazette column we have 27 hook number 12, and that's the much we can actually see from this particular journal. Next we'll be looking at our special advance fixture for week 45 2023. This week is looking very tight already. It's not your regular week, because on the left hand side we have the 1 to 49 matches on the fixture, and this is the special advance fixture segment. And from game 1 to game 8, that is your Premier League. Then below that, from game 9 to 13, you have the Scottish Premier League. And beyond that, which from 14 to 20, you have the Spanish La Liga. So that's why I say this is not your usual week. We have the Spanish La Liga. Then from 21 to 27, we have the Italia Serie A. Then from 28 to 35, we have the German Bundesliga. While from 36 to number 44, we have the French Ligue 1. And from number 45 to 49, we have the Netherlands Football Eredivisie League. So it's not your regular UK football fixture for this week. It's going to be very tough. So we have to really sit back, relax, and do a lot of research work to come out with the draws for this week. While on the right hand side for this journal, we have the columns like the treble jeans column. While below that, we have the lotto sequence, which are letter H and letter M, which is number 8 and number 13 as it were. Below that, we have the shortlist column. Below the shortlist column, we have the expert trio column, and below that, the high score quiz column. You can see a lot of repetition during the on this column. Below that, which is the last but not the least, the easy column is right there for us, and you can see a lot of repetition. And this is how we actually fish out our draws from these journals. But we'll not be expatiating on this just now. Now that you've seen it, subsequently, if we have sequences that are related to this, we'll bring it your way and show you how these things actually work out. Now, we'll be looking at the last sequence for this particular video recording. Is the last but not the least, and it's a very viable one, and that is the number 30. But it's not coming from a post Telegraph for where it will be repeated a lot. It's coming from our Right On Football Fixture, as we're going to be seeing shortly. This right here in front of us is for week 5, 2022, which is this current season we are in. And what are we looking for? We're looking for the repetition of our box 2 of our 3 best draws to the fortune box. Here we have number 30, and it's been repeated to the fortune box as number 30. If the repetition is satisfied, therefore you go to the back page of your Right On Football Fixture and pick whatever you find in your first position, that's the end position, the first game there. Whatever you find there, pick it as your draw. And for that week, we have number 36, and it was marked as a draw. And the next time this sequence came again was for week 13, 2022. And the game in our end series, which was number 49 as the first game, still gave us the draw for that week. The next time we'll be seeing this sequence again, you check week 17, 2022. I did that exactly what happened for that week. We had number 13 in that spot, and it was a draw. And sorry, I didn't mention this before now. This is for the brand coupon week only. So I didn't mention that. That's why you'll be seeing the reference weeks are all brand weeks. So the next time we'll be seeing it is for week 29, 2023. And here we go. It was number 30 that was there, and it was marked as a draw. So the next time we'll be expecting the sequence is for week 45, 2023. That's the last time the sequence came on board again. And there we are. We have number 30 at that spot of game 1 of the N column. So we're expecting that number 30 to give us a one banker draw. So that's how we arrive at number 25 and number 30 for this particular video recording as a one banker draw each. So both are good to go for 2 draws, and we're expecting that to actually come to be. We know that of late the pools world has been, or the pools industry as it were, has been very turbulent. In fact, the footballing world, not just the pools world generally, the footballing world, because Even the big clubs are not finding it easy. The small clubs are not finding it. Everybody are trying to find their feet, and it's not been easy. VAR, on the other hand, it's not helping issues, and that is why you see a lot of the matches not ending up as draws, and most of them do fail at the tail end. They'll be working out towards the tail end, things will fall apart. But I don't know, since the pandemic, like I said before in one of my videos, things have never been the same in the footballing world. I will pray that things will normalize as time goes on. So we're hoping and praying that we'll be able to fish out these draws as time goes on as well. And I want you to make your option, or choose an option that you want us to make for the extra corner video, and you know the options to choose from. Go out there in the comment section and make us know. Click on the like button if you like this video that you've watched, and also get subscribed to this channel in case you're not subscribed yet, or you're seeing our video for the very first time, so you'll be able to see our videos successfully when they come out, and help us to share this video that other persons will see them and join you to also view these things that you are viewing, and they are basically for free for you to benefit and win your bet at the end of the day. Thank you very much if you've been able to watch the video from the beginning to this time, and see you in the next video.